All right, we have Super Metroid low percent with FreyasSpirit. Go ahead and count us in. Or would you prefer I?
We can count. We can count you in three, two, one, go. So this is Super Metroid Low Percent Ice. We are going to be trying. We're going to be completing the game with only 14% of items. This category is very difficult. There are 3 difficult parts in this category: Ridley, the Ridley Escape, and then Mother Brain. And Mother Brain is by far the hardest part of this run. We are going to ask for help from everybody to remind us to save before Ridley. Because if we were doing a PB attempt, we would not save before Ridley and we would just go for a deathless run. But we're going to go out of our way to take some extra saves, just to make sure that we can finish the run. Or at least that we can get to Mother Brain. The Mother Brain fight is by far the hardest part of this run, and there definitely is a risk that we will not be able to finish it. So this is Series Escape. The goal with Series Escape, as always, is to get a better time than TaskBot. So let's see if we can pull this off. Very good Steam RNG. If we'd gotten the damage boost off the tile possible correctly, this would have been a candidate for a Series PB. Instead, we're just beating TaskBot by a second. So as we said before, we are going to be taking several safety saves just before the dangerous parts of the run. So we're going to be saving before Phantoon, after Phantoon, before Ridley, after Ridley, and before Mother Brain. So we're going to be taking a total of 5 safety saves this run, just because we want to guarantee that we can finish it. So coming onto planet, the first thing you're going to notice is our arms flailing wildly around. And those are called arm pumps. Every time we do that while running, it actually pushes us forward a pixel. So mashing L and R while running forward is the fastest way to move forward. And those are really important. At one point, the world record for any percent was decided based on how many arm pumps had been done. That set the difference between the first and second place run. It's about 2 arm pumps to save a frame. So as always, chat, we are going to need your help telling us what this item is. So the early game is going to be identical. Just like every category, we're going to clean out Blue Brinstar, grab the orb, grab the missiles, and head back up to Bomb Teresa. This segment of the run is very precise, a lot of fun, very hard to optimize. So coming up, we're going to see us attempt reverse pitless. This is known as a pit room, and if you want to gain an appreciation for how hard it is to run this game, just try and jump across the pit room without falling. It's way, way, way harder than it looks. So here's a climb. We're going to be doing the ledge grab climb, jumping from platform to platform. So when we break spin, our hitbox actually expands, and we take advantage of that to just snap to the ledge. And now our next target is bombs, is just sneaking out some bombs. This is a 552 bombs, which is a very, very good bombs time. So to fight Bombs Chorizo, we are going to be lining up on the exact pixel to make Bomb Chorizo jump back immediately. And then we're going to shoot Bomb Chorizo with 15 beam shots and 5 missiles. And just like that, Bomb Chorizo is dead. So we want to leave Bomb Chorizo full health and full ammo, as we're doing. That's really important. So the next trick coming up is Alcatraz Escape. A beautiful, beautiful trick. The trick to Alcatraz Escape is that you only need to hit down once after the last roll jump. When we first started, we thought you had to press down, and it made it so much easier once we realized that you did not. So this is Terminator. We're going to run through the room while killing all the things. Or not. We missed the setup. But we do have to exit this room, because we're going to be killing the pirates in the next room to save health for Fantoon. So rip our ability to exit this at full health. That is a good set of ammo drops. So the next rip coming up is a muck ball to early supers. Doing this muck ball will allow us to skip. It allows us to skip spore spawn, so this is one of the biggest tricks in the game. A muck ball lets you, it's fast morph ball, allows you to keep your run speed while in morph. And that's what allows you to sneak under the gate, because normally the intended strat is to have speed booster here. Unfortunately, we missed that health. That would have been really nice to get, but we'll take what we can get. So we're gonna sneak a little farm in on this Rio. Or not. So we're going to unmorph to reset our vertical speed and just squeeze through there and just continue on. Oof. Okay, so that was us being an autopilot. We were not supposed to grab those missiles. We do have a safety save set up for exactly this situation. So we will be resetting and going to a safety save. This is the only category we don't grab those missiles. So it's very, very muscle memory to grab them. So now we're gonna be going up the red tower. We could do grade first, but it's faster to do Fantoon first in low ice. And that's a very successful red tower climb. That feels so good to get every time. So now we're going to be grabbing power bombs and resetting, and then running off to our safety save. Yep, the routing is very exact and we are grabbing the bare minimum for completion. At least in theory. We accidentally grabbed an extra item, so we're gonna have to go, that's why we need to go to a safety save. So tournament rules where we, tournament rules are that if you, Super Metroid tournament rules are that if you accidentally pick up that missile, you have to save there and go back to a safety save. So this should be the correct save. We grabbed the safety save from a friend, so the control, and we haven't actually used it in a run. Good, the controls are correct. We are good. And there's some mistakes that everybody has done, which is why there's tournament rules that say that you don't have to reset if this happens. Which is really nice. Could it be really mean if accidentally grabbing some missiles would just DQ you? So now this is the moat. We're gonna try. This is one of the rooms which gatekeeps Phantoon first. We're gonna see how well we can get across it. There's a CWJ, which is approximately double frame perfect, and then there's a HBJ, which we're gonna attempt. Nope. Very difficult. This is a room where we can very easily be stuck for a couple minutes. So our estimate definitely includes us messing this up quite a bit. And there we go. First try CWJ. So now we have to try and not fall into the ocean. These jumps are really precise. So now we're going to be headed straight to Phantoon. And luckily we have full health, so that'll make this fight significantly easier than it normally is. So we're going to be attempting a 3-round of Phantoon using a technique called a Doppler. Normally, if you're shooting missiles, after you shoot Phantoon too many times, Phantoon will disappear. But we're gonna be running towards Phantoon, hitting Phantoon with missiles faster than devs expected you to be able to, and that will allow us to hit Phantoon with more missiles than we should normally be able to. So Phantoon is some of the most notorious RNG in the game. Phantoon's eye will open after 1, 6, or 11 seconds, known as a fast, mid, or slow. And that was a slow. So we're going to be aiming for 3-round. Okay, we could easily die here. Health please? Health please? Health please? Health please? Health please, 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 please? Health. Okay, that's really good. These flames will do 40 damage, so... Oh no, we're in 1-hit KO range again. Okay, now we have all the health in the world. We can finish Phantoon off. This was not a particularly graceful Phantoon fight, but we did not die. And we'll take what we can get here. And we're going to be leaving Phantoon with excellent health and ammo. So we've done 1 of our 5 safety saves so far. And we're going to be grabbing a safety save after Phantoon. We originally weren't planning on doing this safety save, but then we died in practice right after Phantoon. And decided, you know what, we should actually grab this safety save. So we're going to grab this pack of super missiles. And now with this, we are at full ammo for the rest of the run. This is all the ammo that we get to collect for the entire run. So here's a save room. There's going to be a room later, bowling, where we're going to have to jump across spikes, and if we mess up, we can easily end up taking a bit too much damage there. You have to take at least 2 hits, and even if we enter there at full health, we can only take 3 hits, so very, very easy to mess up. Clip through the ceiling here. and we'll be on to the attic, where we're going to lay a power bomb and then shoot the rest with ammo. That was way more health than we actually wanted to lose there. That key hunter hits like a truck, and that was so many. It is 2 hits from it. So we are gonna have to farm up a bit more. Come on, we want health, not. Okay, that was some absurd super RNG. Unfortunately, it's when we didn't actually want supers. These just do not want to give us health today. Okay, that's it. We're just gonna farm this stuff in the next room. Okay, so we can't take any extra hits in the room coming up because of where our health is at. And we successfully made it across. But this room was the reason why we took the safety save. And now this is a 30-second cutscene, so now is a great time for donations if you have any. So now we're gonna pick up a stack of hermetically sealed pancakes, and then we're gonna have a swimsuit. So, gravity suit will give us full protection from. The only benefit that the various suit will give at this point is protection against Mother Brain's rainbow beam. Other than that, gravity suit will do everything.
I had the wrong button for the push to talk. Currently, there's the Save Kill the Animals is $10.
That was a bit risky. If we had missed that, yeah, definitely get your donations in for Save or Kill. We even have a nice little Save Kill coin. So that crab was a bit risky. If we accidentally booped the crab and not killed it, we would have been left at 1 HP. Which is better than dying, but 1 HP is never good. So next we're going to be headed over towards Kraid. Killing Kraid will give us 2 benefits. It'll give us the Varia suit for when we're doing the lava dive. There will be a bit where we unequip the gravity suit. And when we have the gravity suit unequipped, it'll be really useful to have Varia to give us more protection. And then the other thing that it'll do is give us protection against Mother Brain's rainbow beam. The other benefit of doing this early is just that we get an extra E-tank, the Kraid E-tank, before we go into Lower Norfair. The world record route is absurd. And does Lower Norfair with only 1 E-tank. We're not at that level, so we're going to grab all 3 E-tanks that we're allowed to before we go into Lower Norfair. Just to make it as safe as possible. We really wanted to grind this category down more, but then our thumb started hurting, and the Ridley fight is really, really hard on our thumb. So we weren't able to practice it all that much, so we want all the safeties that we can get before Ridley. Very nice quick kill backup. And here's our Various suit. We're staring at our PB and wondering how we gained 22 seconds on that split. We're almost wondering if in our PB we missed the great quick kill. Normally we'd kill this with a missile. We have no idea if using a power bomb like that is any good, but we're just gonna do it.
And there's $5 for killing the animal.
$5 for killing the animals, saving those frames. So we have 2 things left to do before we go into Lower Norfair. We need to pick up our ice beam. And we need to pick up our 3rd E-tank. And once we have done those things, we will have every item that we will be getting for the entire rest of the run. So with that, we have 1 more E-tank, and then we will be at full power mode. So right here, we're going to try the ice escape. We're going to try and mockball out of here. And this is good. This is good. We're going to slide right under that gate. And the very last thing to do before Lower Norfair is just to grab this E-tank. And now we have all 14 items that we are allowed to collect in this route. It's really awkward to get out of there with that high jump. Have to do a bomb jump there because we don't have high jump. So one last route. So we're getting very, very close to Lower Norfair. We're going to dive directly down into Lower Norfair. And 1 more farm to go. We're going to farm to full before Lower Norfair, and then go, 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 go. Close enough. This is good. We will be farming to full before Ridley again. So now we're going to do the lava dive. We're going to do a gravity jump through here. So we're going to... Basically, we're going to unequip the gravity suit at the right time, and that'll let us fly right up. Beautifully done. First try. And then equipping on the elevator also saves a solid half second. So now that we're in Lower Norfair, we just need to head straight to Ridley. And Ridley is going to be the first real obstacle of the run. Fenton can occasionally kill you, but Ridley is really the first real obstacle of the run. There are 3 real obstacles: Ridley, the Lower Norfair Escape, and Mother Brain. And Mother Brain is by far the hardest of those. So we're just going to kill all the pirates and bomb jump up here. By far the easiest and safest strat. Good, we are not one tile too far to the left. We are going to make it up here. And this should be the only place where you really have to bomb jump up in this game. So taking less damage here is always good. Jump straight over that pirate. Boop it a little bit. And now Amphitheater. This room is really awkward with this item layout. The jumps that we have to do are going to be very different from what you'd see if you had Speed Booster, if you had high jump. We're gonna let this key hunter pass, and then we're gonna save. Then we're gonna save before Ridley. And the PB attempter would absolutely not save here. But Ridley is one of the 3 places in the run that can kill you. And we'd much rather die after a save, than die before. Have to remember not to break these blocks of the power bomb. If we broke those blocks to the power bomb, we would be going back up to the Firefleet room to farm, which would be bad. We're gonna roll right under here. It's gonna jump high. We're actually RNG manipulating that to make the hopper jump high, so we can just safely roll under there. So we really want good RNG here. We got 2 supers back. Fast enough. If we start having to use a charge shot there, then it can get really slow. So we want to farm back up to full here before we go to take on Ridley. So hopefully we get good farm RNG and this is fast. Basically we need to get to 10 supers and everything else is free. And here's some pretty common audio glitch. So the audio glitch is gone, which is nice. One more super and then we can go take on Ridley. So with Ridley, we're gonna be opening with power bombs, and then we're gonna try and shoot. Once Ridley gets down to half HP, we're gonna want to hit Ridley 23 times with charge shots, and then just unload the rest of our ammo. So this is going to be a several minute fight, so now is a great time for donations if you have any.
Not yet.
We do still have the incentive open for save and kill the animals, so get your donations in for that. So it's going to be about 80 shots to get Ridley to half HP. And then once Ridley changes color, we're going to need to do another 23 shots, and then just unload our ammo. And every super that we miss is going to be an extra 7 shots, so hopefully we don't miss any supers. That's never fun to have to deal with. So it is possible to jump over Ridley, and we'd really love to know how world record attempts do that. Consistently jump over Ridley. But it's much safer to just wall jump. Ridley, what was that tail boob? Your tail is not supposed to be able to extend that far. Ah. We accidentally cancelled Ridley's pogo. So by this point, Ridley should be getting close to half HP. Of the main categories of Super Metroid, low ice is definitely the hardest to get first completion of. The boss fights are just so long. By comparison, in RBO, the Ridley fight can just... In RBO, the Ridley fight is really short, so if you're just trying to get one completion, it's much easier to just get one lucky fight. We've been talking and not counting, so... Ooh! We're not supposed to get picked up there. So hopefully Ridley's really close to dead. Oh no, one of the shots got eaten by Ridley's tail. So at this point we just keep blasting shots into Ridley until Ridley decides that Ridley's dead. Oh no. Okay, this is a dead Ridley. This is a very dead Ridley. So, this makes us really glad we picked up that extra E-tank, because without that extra E-tank we would have just been dead. Something where in a PB attempt, if we just die after Ridley, then we can just keep going. If we die after Ridley in a PB attempt, we can just reset. But in a marathon setting, we just would really rather not die. So the reason why not grabbing that E-tank earlier is faster is because you can grab the E-tank after Ridley right now and just farm to full. Which is way faster than having to farm here. But having to farm here is way faster than dying. So the greatest speed trick ever invented is simply not dying. 2 more rounds of farm on these and then we'll go. We do want to deboost off of this one. So now we're going to try and do the lower Norfair escape without getting hit as much as possible. If we do end up taking too much damage, we can just kill the key hunters in the Three Musketeers room, which is slow. But still much faster than dying. Yeah. Okay, that was way more hits than we wanted. There are 2 more dangerous rooms, which are unpredictable. The 2 rooms with key hunters, so we'll see how we're able to do in both of those. That's a hit already. Ooh, very nice. So we're gonna try not to get hit in this room. This is a room that we really want to learn how to do properly, but just haven't learned yet, so we took it nice and slow and nice and safe. And now here is the last dangerous room of the lower Norfair escape. We need to not die to these 3 key hunters. Let's see how well we can do. Wow, we actually made it past the first one without taking damage. Wow, that was really, really good. Only getting hit once? Only getting hit once there is the dream. So that was a really good lower Norfair escape. So now with that done, there's only one more dangerous part of the run, and that is Mother Brain. Which is without a doubt the single hardest part of the run. So we're gonna head up here and farm to full HP again.
I want to point out there's a $5 lead for Kill the Animals at the moment for anyone that wants to lose some frame.
Yeah, get those donations in for Save or Kill. We are always hoping for a tie between Save and Kill the Animals so we can taunt them. So, with that, we're just going to do the normal exit from here requires you to have... The normal exit requires you to have Speed Booster. And we can't do that, so... And we also don't have waves, so we can't do the rando thing. So we're just going to take a nice and slow exit, the reverse hell run. And now we have a slight detour to Dragon, who's not a dangerous boss at all. A boss which is hard to optimize, but very straightforward to just do normally. So you saw it in the lava dive room and the entrance to Lower Norfair gravity jump. We're going to see another one here. So for a gravity jump, you jump. What you want to do is you want to pause, jump the very last frame before you pause. And by jumping the last frame before you pause, jumping the very last frame before you pause will allow you to carry your momentum and jump very high, because the game starts you off with normal jump height momentum and then decreases your momentum with underwater momentum. So you just get this massive jump. And that's one of two that we need to do in Meridia, the other in the exit. Right here, we can just do a nice little wall jump up here. We can just do a nice little wall jump up here. Ah, we were wall jumping off the wrong place. Come on. There we go. That's a really tight jump, so... always feels good. First try every time, always feels good to get. So now for Bot Wound. Normally you do an X Factor to kill Bot Wound. But we don't have waves, we can't do that. So we're gonna kill Bot Wound just purely with ammo. And hopefully we can get a flawless kill on Bot Wound. Right here is the Ice Clip. We're going to use Ice Beam to allow us to just clip through the ceiling. Easy every time. And we want to kill the Metroid to try and get a super drop. It's a 25% super drop. And definitely makes this fight easier. So let's see how well we can do here. So we missed one. We missed two. Okay, so there's a safe spot over here, so we're just gonna very slowly kill Bot Wound. This is a very safe fight, but a very hard fight to optimize. And one where if things start to go wrong, they can go really, really wrong. And there we go. That is a very dead no rope. So now we need to get past. We cannot use Speed Booster to run through this room. And we also cannot pick up the E-Tank, so we're going to do some cleverness and use this hidden little hole over here to get up without needing that. And we are going to be farming to full supers before Dragon, because that makes the Dragon fight much faster. This is really, really good Super Missile RNG. And there we go, we are full. No, we cannot do the full halfie. So we're just gonna jump through the Coliseum. So Dragon is a really interesting boss fight. Dragon is the only enemy weak to Pseudo Screw. The only boss weak to Pseudo Screw. Come on. So a Dragon, we can Pseudo Screw Dragon. To do 200 damage to Dragon and 40 damage to us. So we will be trading with Dragon, the only boss in the game that you really trade hits with, which is a really, really cool boss fight. We're gonna open with an Ice Shield. We're gonna open with an Ice Shield, maybe. So here we're trading with Dragon. Dragon gets hit, but we also get hit. And picking up the drops is the most important part here. Damage taken without trading is never good. And because you do run out of ammo quickly. Ooh. It is way more important to to be able to pick up the drops rather than trying to shoot off as much ammo as possible. Dragon is getting very red. We always want goops here, because goops are where we can pick up more ammo. Okay, at this point we cannot trade with Dragon anymore, so we just need to wait for the goops. And we want to trigger the goop as early as possible, so we have as much time as possible to shoot Dragon. That is a very, very dead shrimp. We're going to be doing a gravity jump to get out of here. Picking up the drops and then doing a gravity jump to get out of here. First try gravity jump. That was basically a perfect gravity jump. We could hear the spin jump start before the pause started, so that's how we knew. So, nice little wall jump to get out of there. Wow, that was first try. That is not an easy wall jump. So in this game, you can do wall jumps up to half a tile away from the wall. And in a lot of cases, like there, you actually have to do a delayed wall jump in order to actually clear the platform. So getting a delayed wall jump first try, it feels so good. So we're going to be taking a ship refill on the way to Torian. There's one more challenge left in this run, and that is the hardest challenge of the run by far, which is Mother Brain. The Mother Brain fight is what gates being able to complete this run. So we did a couple in practice the other day, and hopefully we can bring a first try Mother Brain here. Another thing to mention is that we do need to exit the Metroid rooms with full supers. Okay, so we gotta do a jump from here. This is a 3-frame gravity jump. And we think we got that first try. Yes, this is a first try gravity jump on the 3-framer. That feels amazing. So now we need to do some bomb jumps because we will not clear the door. And then we also need to unmorph to expand our hitbox so we can get out. It's a really, really, really neat trick. So we'll be taking a ship refill and we'll be going straight onto Torian. We are super happy that we have not died yet. The only major mistake that we made was super early on, accidentally grabbing an extra missile pack and having to go to a safety save. If that's the only mistake that we make in this run, we're going to be incredibly happy. So this category is absolutely terrifying when you're first learning the game. Absolutely terrifying. The low ice is definitely harder to get your first completion in than reverse boss order. So definitely the hardest of the main categories to get your first completion of. But just because the boss fights are terrifying. One of the interesting things about this category is that once you get really good, then you just stop dying to the bosses, and the category this becomes a pretty boring category for a lot of people. Because you're playing the game without your movement items. And playing the game without movement items means that there's a lot. The movement, other than the boss fights, this is actually one of the easiest categories to run, just because you don't have many movement items, you're going fairly slow, so you have much more time to react. And here's a 30-second cutscene, so this is a great time for donations if you have any.
Yeah, we're still locked in at 15 or a $5 advantage mood over the kill the animals. And we get to get one to counter it.
There we go. That was a horizontal bomb jump they were trying to do with the boat earlier. Glad we got to show that off at least once during the run. So the Metroid rooms in any percent run, in any Metroid rooms with speed booster and high jump are some of the most impressive rooms in the game. They're just so fast and super impressive. With the loadout that we have now, they're going to be much slower, much calmer, much less impressive, and much more easy to execute. So let's nail it. Let's nail this. So we do need to exit the third Metroid room with full supers. So the ship refill to get to full supers is really important. And this is excellent. If we get bad super drops here. Oh, excellent. Excellent. So we can just safely kill these with missiles and not even have to worry about anything. Because there is a 1% chance that we don't get a super back from these. So not having to worry about drops is amazing. For any percent, the main category of this game. The runners have it optimized so much that they're just trying to sneak by with as little ammo as possible. And that makes it Metroid drops so much more RNG dependent. So we're gonna damage. We can't. Baby skip is impossible with this loadout without high jump. Well, not impossible, but no human goes for runs. So we just want to get ourselves drained as 1 HP as fast as possible. So right now we don't have enough health. We don't have enough ammo to finish the game without a health refill. So we do need to grab a health refill. And we also need to open 2 doors with missiles before we go further. So we're going to open these 2 doors with missiles and grab the health refill. So the Ghidorah here, if you run up against it, it won't do any damage. But that's because you're hitting one of the middle tiles. If you do that while in morph, or you hit the top tile, it'll just kill you. And there have been people who have lost low percent ice runs to that. Super Metroid is a game where the more every time you're on a PB pace, you learn a new way that the game can kill you. It's very exciting, very demoralizing, but the sort of game where you be sad, and then you do it again, only better. And you've learned something, which is super exciting. So this is going to be our last safety save of the run, and the most important one. Because Mother Brain is by far the hardest part of the run. Mother Brain is going to be 200 shots, and we just need to not die. If our health drops below, we need at least 301 health at the end of Mother Brain. So the first thing that's different, we don't have waves, so in order to freeze the Rinka for the Zeb skip, we're going to need to stand directly below it. Easy enough. So let's do a deathless run. So if a turret eats one of our supers, or we miss one of the supers, turrets have eaten If Turret eats a super, then the run's just dead. So we do need to count to 200 here. So now is a great time for donations or plugging anything you want.
Actually, yeah, there's a $7 donation for saving the animals, so now that's $2 ahead of kill. The donation is save the critters, kill the run.
Ah. $25. $50. So we need to count because at 151 shots, there will be a transition to the ketchup beam, which will one-shot us if we get hit by the first one. So that's really important. Okay, we cannot take any more damage here. And we kind of lost count, so we're at about 70, we're gonna say. And that's a death. This is fine. We have an estimate which includes several deaths here, so we are not disappointed that we are a bit disappointed that we didn't get the death list, but we're not surprised. This is a really, really hard boss fight. So let's try it again. So after at 151 shots, Mother Brain will transition to using the ketchup beam, and that will one-shot us. That transition at 151 shots is the most dangerous part of the run. So we need to count to 151, and then we can start talking again. That's another death. That time we only got 40 shots in. So we're going to be completely honest that there is a chance that in the next 20 minutes we just aren't able to defeat Mother Brain. Mother Brain is the single boss which gates slow ice and makes it so difficult. So we're going to do our best, but there definitely is an outside chance that we just won't be able to do it. So attempt number 3 at 200 shots. If we can make it to the catch-up phase, we have almost... The catch-up phase is the easiest, it's just the transition, which is dangerous. So let's see if we can pull this off this time. Six, 27, 30. $40. 50. Weatherbrain is not being nice to us at all. Getting hit by those 4 onion rings took 80 HP off and left us in a state where we couldn't take any more damage at all. We've only pulled off 1 deathless run ever, and that was our PV. And all this time we have not been turret sniped, which just feels awesome. Those turrets can be really, really deadly. There was a match in the last Super Metroid tournament where one runner just got turret sniped and didn't save. $30. $50. $25. That is another death, unfortunately. Mother Brain is really not cooperating tonight. And this is just always a risk with low ice. This one fight is 10 times harder than the rest of the run combined for not dying. That Rinko is trying to snipe us. Oh, we did not want to take that acid dip. That's one less hit that we can take, unfortunately. Messing around made that way harder. So let's just not get hit. Let's just not get hit and finish this run. Halfway. Three-quarters. No! 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 We were so focused on that awful pattern that we just missed the that might have. We were probably 80, 90. We're at least 90% of the way there. So we're gonna make another attempt. So a successful attempt will be about 4 minutes long. Which means that we get this and maybe one more attempt before we're overestimate. That was really, really unfortunate. We were so caught up in the onion ring catch-up that we just missed the very last catch, that we missed the next one. Because we were thrown off by how aggressive that was. $100. We did it! We did it! This is it! This is it! We finished! We have finished the run successfully! Yes, the rhythm, we very much so like the rhythm with the ketchup beam. The rhythm with the ketchup beam, one up top and then 2 diagonal, is by far the safest way to do that. It's not the fastest, you can definitely sneak in more shots, but it's definitely the most comfy. And especially after dying from the brain 5 times, that is absolutely the strat that we are going to go to. So we are going to finish this run. Hype! This feels so good. And we will need a call on saving or killing the animals at the end of this cutscene.
Yeah, currently it's at save. I'm refreshing the tracker right now.
We don't know the exact timing of this, but we think we're going to be about a minute over estimate, which is absolutely amazing. For one run where we submitted an estimate 18 minutes slower than our PB, expecting many deaths, being this close to the estimate is absolutely amazing. We are so happy that we finished this. In retrospect, we think what went wrong was that we were trying to talk too much during the early fights. Once we stopped talking, we stopped getting hit, and that made everything so much easier. So in the future,
Yes, sorry, I don't know much about the game to commentate, but
it's not your fault. It's entirely on us. In the future, when we're running this, we're just gonna be quiet during Mother Brain. So there are fancy strats you can do here. At the end of a marathon, we haven't practiced them in low ice without high jump. So we're just gonna stand in noob corner and just take this very safe. After how hard we worked to get here, we would not want to die to Mother Brain 3. Unfortunately, we think the person that we asked to be co-commentator is sleeping, so we had to solo it. We absolutely planned to have a co-commentator, but he ended up sleeping, and so we were able to do it ourselves. Honestly, we're able to commentate the entire run ourselves, except for the Mother Brain fight. Nope, we don't have a speed booster. We have to go around the long way. It happens. Like, we're good. We're good at talking. We are very good at talking. Just not when we're dying. The only really hard part of the run is Mother Brain. Ridley is pretty straightforward if you just take it safely. So with that, here's another part where we can't strain spark. We just have to jump up the left. And with that, we'll save some critters. We're always a fan of the theory that the animals have made it this far. They can make it the rest of the way to the surface, but we can definitely give them a little bit of help. Yeah, it feels so good to have actually finished that, and on estimate. After the first 5 deaths, we were legitimately afraid that we would not be able to finish the run, which had been the first time that we couldn't finish a marathon run. So, this is also the first time that we're running low ice in the marathon, so thank you for inviting us to low ice, knowing that it is a super risky category like that.
yeah, thanks for having the guts to run it.
Yeah, we're really happy that ended up not being a mistake. And there we go, that is time, with a final time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 13 seconds. We're so happy that we got to finish that run. It feels so good. Thank you for having us. Thank you to everybody who donated for Save and Kill. And just thank you everybody who helped organize this. We had a lot of fun. And with that, I'll hand it off back to you for the rest of the marathon.
Alright, so after that run of Super Metroid by FreyasSpirit, we've got M&M's Shell Shocked by King Rhodes. Before that, we're going to play another video from Save the Children. So let them explain why they do what they do and how.
The cycle of poverty that we see a lot of families staying in is a very toxic kind of stress. You know, it's living life on this edge of the cliff and you never know what's going to push them off.
What's the hardest thing about being a kid?
Growing up.
Imagine trying to go to school and focus on learning when your stomach's growling, not knowing if they're going to get to eat dinner at home.
We try to make a safe haven with our programs and give them a chance to be kids and enjoy learning.
When you read a book, it takes you somewhere. It's an adventure. Reading's hard for me, but now it's a blast.
The confidence that our programs build in children is something that you cannot put a price on.
They helped me get an education, which I think is pretty cool.